Hi, my name is Christine Schwimmer, and I'm the artist of the artwork that you are currently viewing. The title is Racism, Face It. During the past year, certain incidents such as the tragic death of George Floyd, the Black Lives Matter movement, and systemic racism were a constant in my thoughts. And the way that I addressed this is by in these three pieces. It is a triptych, acrylic on canvas. The figures, I chose to paint the figures and faces. And the faces are of all different shapes, sizes, colors, shades, and genders, and they depict our human struggle to face our consciences. You also see there a lot of hands. Their hands are reaching out to one another, and they're stretching from canvas to canvas, symbolizing the hope that we as humans listen and try to understand and have compassion for one another. You'll also see there are strings that connect the canvases, the three canvases, and this, for me, portrayed our connection, even if only by the thread of our shared humanity.
I feel like your work connects with our work in so many different levels, and on a couple of them, there's a couple. One, as far as my work, you talk about how we're all the same but different, and that's a thought that I've had for a long time. And so we feel like there's this collective consciousness that we're feeling similar things. And then you also talk about the differences, and I like to think about celebrating those differences instead of running away in fear of them. And then you also spoke about that thread. And in our conversation the other day, we talked about how that thread in your paintings relates to Bronley's work and her nests, and how the birds build their nests with twigs and strings and whatever. And so she has these nests that are home and safety and bringing us together. And that connection with what you're doing is very strong, I feel.
And I think hope is something that's a thread in all of our work, but also the business of compassion and empathy. That's something that hangs us all together with this theme.
Yeah, there's a book out there called Cast about the origins of our miscontents by Isabel Wilkerson, and she talks about having radical empathy. Just not just empathy, but radical empathy, where you can get into someone else's shoes and in their skin and really feel what's going on in their lives. And I feel like in our artwork, when we're representing, we're bringing forth these issues that we want to talk about, that we want to bring to light. We're as artists, I feel we have more of a, I don't know if this is true or not, but we're sensitive and maybe have more open to feeling somebody else's feelings.